Hello, my name is Jarle Savio. I started out as a concert promoter when I was a student, and I've worked with Norwegian artists ever since. And to Mr. Barlow, I would say, what bonus? We don't have bonuses in the record industry anymore. They ended in the 80s. And then I wasn't started it. I've been asked to comment Barlow's speech and make my own comments on free speech, privacy and copyright. I will talk about music because that's what I know, but a lot of the points applies to books, games and movies as well. First I would like to thank Civita for trying to bring this debate to a new serious level. A lot of good online debates are ruined by abuse. Because of the abuse, artists and people on the artist side don't stand up for their rights. My boss gets threats, even to his life, every day. And so does everybody that stands up for the artist's rights. And I expect my fair share of abuse as well. I love my freedom on the net and in my everyday life. I don't like unnecessary laws any more than any of you. I don't think there have to be any special laws for the net. It's just another media. What's rude in real life is rude on the net. And what's valid offline are just as valid online. As a consumer, I would love a world with no rules. But I also know that's not possible. Do what thou wilt shall be the whole of the law. Sounds good as an idea, and I believed it a while. But in real life, some people lack ethics and can't behave themselves, so some laws has to be made. Today it's a run at the copyright laws all over the Western world, and some people, like Barlow, has thought this true and has valid points. But some people don't understand what copyright is and use points they picked up somewhere to justify their own craving for free goods. Copyright is not easy. It takes years to learn, and even politicians who should try to do research before they make up their mind mostly get it completely wrong. Creators and rights holders in the music, game and movie industry are adapting to the new reality. No other business is working that hard to keep up and trying to find new ways to make a living. Because we have to. It's our job to do the best for our artists. Barlow mentioned how Grateful Dead made a living out of concerts and merchandise. Some artists are able to make a living out of the net, concerts and merchandise. But most of them are created by record companies a lot of years ago and are big brands today. New artists struggle to get a foothold, and touring and merch don't make any profit without marketing of the artist. In Norway, only a few top artists can make a living out of touring. The venues are too small, and this country is not made for traveling. We do new deals every day, and soon everyone will have access to all the music in the world legally for a low fee or paid for by someone else. Like the TDC Play deal in Denmark, which is completely free to the customer. And when everybody has legal access, file sharing will be obsolete. But these service providers have to know that there is a possibility to earn money before they invest. We have learned a lot, and movie companies and book publishers are now asking music companies for advice. Even though distribution is cheaper than before, the creation is still the most expensive part of the process. We embrace new tools, but as long as there is no money to be earned, the companies investing in new talent are shutting down, and the independent labels go first. File sharing is here to stay. I have nothing against the fans who do this, but I don't like sponges like Pirate Bay that live off other people's work. They are aware of what they're doing and have never given anything back to the artists. They claim they are useful for new and independent artists, but the top 100 file sharing chart is always as commercial as the official sales charts. I don't believe in suing everybody all the time, but I also understand that the artist, music and movie organizations want to protect their property. And when dialogue won't do and the authorities fail, the lawyers are waiting in line. Laws and trials will not make the problem go away, but will send a signal to some that this is not acceptable behavior. A lot of people hide behind the phrase "I'm buying much more music now than I'm file sharing." For a few persons, and probably most of you here, that's true. These are the true music fans, and they were once called tape traders. For the majority, this point is only covering up the real reason. They want it for free, but won't admit it. We're used to that everything in our daily life is being easy, and can't understand why it's not that easy in the rest of the world. But it's a fact that today's rules and practices are a product of hundreds of years of tuning, and until the last decades every country in the world had different laws in almost every field. And the copyright laws are perhaps the most difficult of them all. They are about soft goods, and therefore by nature difficult to understand and difficult to change. Let's face it, the fight to get rid of all copyright is doomed to fail in at least the next 100 years. The works created today are protected for at least 75 years. And in addition, the whole knowledge economy resides upon copyright and patents. It's often said that to ban illegal file sharing is to ban free speech. Sharing other people's work without their consent has nothing to do with free speech. It's the exact opposite. It's taking away the artist's freedom, it's a misuse of the term, and it's a big up yours to everybody that lives in countries without free speech. The only person who has the right to decide what to do with the work is the creator. Not me, not any of you, only the artist. If they want to give it away, it's fine. If they don't, we should respect this. Giving away music is not new. Upcoming artists have always done that. The new situation is that people are giving away stuff that is not theirs to give. New artists have always given away music on tapes, cassettes, CDs, and now as files. What has changed is that someone decided that they would not respect the artist's right to choose what to do with their work. That's illegal by law, but more importantly, it's a sign of lack of morale and low ethical standards. I think we will see a shift towards differential licenses, where the creator licenses some work under Creative Commons, or no license at all, and some of their work with all rights reserved. New artists will maybe license their first songs under the free license, and move towards a more rigid license when they build momentum and see that they might be able to make money off their work. But again, this is solely the creator's decision, no one else. My personal opinion is that I don't want any more laws restricting use of the net, or anything else for that matter. I want better morale, better services, and not surveillance. Thanks.
Thank you, Jarle. Next is Torgeir Waterhouse, IKT Norge.
Hello, big thanks to Savita for organising this, and also to Mr. Barlow for coming here and giving a speech to us. I represent ICT Norway, which organises lots of ICT companies, ranging from small software companies and up to biggest telco, which leads me to the internet and why we're here. I found it very interesting in Barlow's speech to see how he pinpointed the challenge the internet provides and new technology provides to old ways of organising things and old ways of thinking. Ways that were appropriate and made good sense and worked